No, folks, Jacqueline and the band, they've been spending the whole day recording a new album coming up this summer. And they took time out to come down here and do this for us, so let's give them a big hand. I gotta thank a few sponsors before we go any further so I don't forget them. I've got Bell Alliant, Crown Auto, JEM Productions, Hair Hunters and King's Place. They colored my hair for me. Fresh Aesthetics that wax my legs, thank you. Megan Wiggly DJ Services, she's looking after transforming me into Rosie tonight. Pizza Twice and 6 Color Coffee. Thank you. Now I'd like to introduce the person who inspired me to kind of get something going for this year for the Brain Tumor Foundation. It's my wife, Kelly Jean. Kelly, you want to come up?
For coming out tonight on this gorgeous rainy Saturday night. I'd like to start off by saying I was 36 years old with an active 6-year-old and an independent 1-year-old. I was a stay-at-home mom who ran a daycare out of my home, and I was diagnosed with an arachnoid cyst that would require me to have brain surgery. Not once, not twice, but 3 times in 5 years. And then a stroke. During the last episode, we discovered the Brain Tumor Foundation of Canada. It was a huge help to have the support of people who had similar experiences to mine. We not only used them as a resource, but as a support network. We now attend monthly meetings and find comfort in meeting with groups and think of them as extended family. We were brought together due to unpleasant circumstances, and together we help each other cope with the situations we are in. I do not know what I would have done without them and the support that the Brain Tumor of Canada has given to my family. Today, my shunt is working properly and my cyst is as small as it ever has been. Roger and I are in a position to give back and help the brain tumor community. So every year we do what we can to raise money and awareness so that one day it will be an easier road for people impacted by brain tumor. At this time, I would like to call on my sister-in-law, Dorothy, to come up and say words. Thank you very much for everybody coming out tonight.
Good evening, everyone. How many here have been bombarded by charities looking for donations? I know that I have. And how many have to decide who you're going to support and who you're not? Some people, these charities are wonderful organizations doing great work for those in need, but none of us have bottomless pockets, and most of us have to decide who we're going to support and who we cannot. For some, we make that decision based on a charity that we have a personal connection with. Maybe you or a family member have battled cancer, and the Canadian Cancer Society is especially important to you. Maybe heart disease runs in your family, and the Heart and Stroke Foundation is particularly near and dear to your heart. For Kelly and Roger, that organization is the Brain Tumor Foundation of Canada. And after hearing Kelly's story, I'm sure you all understand why. For others, they choose who to support based on what stands out to them at a particular moment in time. And that's what tonight is about. After raising money for the Brain Tumor Foundation for a couple of years, in 2012, Roger decided he wanted to do more. He wanted to do something that would allow him to raise more money to support the organization. And so the man's man that normally would not be caught dead in pink agreed to dress as a woman for the spring sprint in support of the Brain Tumor Foundation of Canada in May of 2012. As he reached different financial milestones, he added to his female persona, Rosie. He wore a dress, wore makeup, carried a purse, even waxed his legs and dyed his hair pink. And it worked. Friends and family took notice, and Roger collected more money in 2012 than he had any year prior. Fast forward to 2013, and he was challenged with what to do next. How could he meet, or especially beat, his 2012 targets? Rosie was a pretty popular gal, so it only made sense that she was part of the action, but showing up as Rosie alone was not enough. So Roger contacted the XWA, and they jumped at the chance to support this worthwhile cause. For $1,000, he would get in the ring with a professional XWA wrestler, which he is not, and he would do it as Rosie. And it worked again. Roger has collected almost $2,000 to date, and the proceeds from tonight's event, part of the proceeds from tonight's event, along with that $2,000, will go to support the Brain Tumor Foundation of Canada. If anyone would like to get more information on the Brain Tumor Foundation, the Spring Sprint, which is happening next weekend at the Hugh John Fleming Forestry Complex, or if you'd like to make a donation, there is a table set up by the door. We have to wait a little bit longer to meet Rosie, but for now, I'd like to welcome Roger Jean, the man of the hour, or should I say woman, back to the stage.
Hi everyone, thanks again so much for coming out tonight. Dorothy wrote a few words for me there, so I'm going to say them. May I ask that all the brain tumor survivors in the room to stand? Now will the family members of those that have battled brain tumors please stand? And lastly, will the friends of those that have battled brain tumors please stand? Brain tumors don't just affect those that suffer with them, they also impact the family and friends that care for and support brain tumor victims. This is why the organizations like the Brain Tumor Foundation of Canada are so important, so valuable. To the survivors, we commend your courage and strength, and to the family and friends, we thank you for your ongoing support and encouragement. Let's give them a hand, folks. Unfortunately, there are others that are not with us tonight because they have lost their brain tumor battle. Please join me in a moment of silence to remember those courageous individuals that will never be forgotten. Thank you. So you guys ready for a night of mayhem? All right. We got the canteen open. There's, I think that's a licensed canteen. There's beers and whatnot, and we'll be with you shortly with some messaging. I've got to go get my makeup on and my pretty dress, so see you later.